Hey, LaCroix small group leaders, this is Pastor Ron coming to you on this very high and holy day, opening day for Cardinal Baseball. I hope things are going well for you. In May, Brad and I are going to present a series called With Us. And in this series, we're going to encourage you and the people of LaCroix to make a concerted effort to invite your friends to church with you. And there's two compelling reasons why we are doing this series. First off, we know the research shows it, the anecdotal evidence from our own lives and people we know is that isolation and loneliness are at all-time highs. People are simply not experiencing community like Americans once did. And God did not create us to be this way. As we say at LaCroix, we thrive in community. And there are a lot of lonely people. Secondly, we are doing this series at this cultural moment, at this time, because again, all of the research shows that people are more open to spiritual things and more open to the gospel than at any time, maybe in my lifetime. There is a hunger for meaning and for spiritual truth. And when you put those two things together, it presents a most unique opportunity for us. Our lead team recently read a book called The Great Dechurching, and it chronicles the very sad demographic reality that in the past 30 years, over 40 million Americans have quit going to church. While that is sad news indeed, the silver lining around that dark cloud is that the vast majority of them are open to returning if someone invites them. They're waiting for an invitation. So that's what this series With Us is going to be about. Before we get there, though, we're asking everybody to read a book called That's Good News. It's by my friend Shane Bishop. I've known Shane for almost 20 years now, and he and I have been in a clergy covenant group for the past 10 years. Shane is an evangelist. His dad was an evangelist, and Shane lives and breathes this stuff. He's the only one that I know of in recent memory that has written a book about invitational evangelism, something we've practiced at LaCroix since our beginning. Now, one thing you'll notice as you get into this book is that Shane is a very different leader and has kind of maybe a different approach than what we normally would take at LaCroix. While his approach is different and while the strategies that he talks about are not necessarily the strategies that we would use at LaCroix, he is spot on when it comes to the urgency and the need for believers in Jesus to invite people to worship with them. Now, Shane spends most of his time in the book going through various parables of Jesus. And the parables of Jesus were meant to be a little unsettling. I like how he says the parables shove us more than they love on us. And there's always a twist to Jesus' parables. There's always something that gets your attention and it's like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect that. So I think that's the best part of his book. And yeah, there's going to be some things in there you're not going to resonate with. There's going to be some things in there that don't sound like LaCroix, and they aren't. It's okay. We can learn from this, and I believe that this is a great follow-up to the book that we encouraged you to read last year, Bless, B-L-E-S-S. And remember going through that whole bless effort. That is with our unchurched friends and neighbors, we're going to begin with prayer. We're going to listen to them. We're going to eat with them and just sit around the table and serve them at times, and then finally share our stories. Well, we track that engagements, and we had a lot of engagements. A lot of you did those things. You did the bless thing. You began with prayer. You listened. You ate with people and served. But you know, the one thing probably is not a surprise to you that we were the weakest at, the second S, the last letter, story. Most Christians in most churches, quite frankly, are uncomfortable talking about their faith, are uncomfortable talking to other people about Jesus. But I think one of the easiest ways that you can work into that is to simply invite somebody. So I would see this book, That's Good News, as a follow-up to that, kind of pushing us and prodding us towards action. Our hope is to rally about 300 LaCroix people who will agree over the course of the next year to regularly issue invitations to their unchurched friends and family members, co-workers, and neighbors. And we believe that as we do this, as we invite people into community, that we can make a dent in not only in the unchurched population around us, but in matters like loneliness and isolation, because we have something to offer. We have something good at LaCroix. We have a thriving community where people can know and be known, and serve and be served, love and be loved, care and be cared for. And that's what community is all about. So as you read the book, again, keep in mind, this is not exactly our style, but at the end of the day, if this prepares us, it helps us issue more invitations, we think that's going to be a win. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Thanks for leading groups. Thanks for being in a group. And let's all pray together that God will once again make LaCroix a strong, invitational church. Thank you.